Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to clean your AC unit on your own. First thing you want to do is turn off the electrical power to the house, then find the electrical outlet or breaker to your AC unit. Go ahead and remove that to ensure that there's no electrical current flowing to your unit, and then thereafter, go ahead and unscrew everything that is tying down that fan onto the unit. You're going to go ahead and set those aside. Make sure you save them in a safe place. You're going to remove that, and then you're going to get a shop vac, and you're going to clean all the grime, all the dirt, all the twigs, leaves that accumulate within the unit. And you're going to be very careful to not damage the electrical wiring that's already in there. So you want to move very carefully while you're cleaning this out. You don't want to damage anything. You definitely do not want to damage any of the coils from the AC unit because those are precious. You don't want to damage something and then have to call a repairman to come get that. That would be very expensive for you. After you're done cleaning that out with the shop vac, you use something like this. This is a Evap Foam No Rinse. It's made by New Calgon. So this is a spray of foam that you spray on and it self cleans. You get about 8 to 12 inches away from the coils and you start spraying this freely, and it has a nice lemon scent, and it's supposed to foam. This first can did not foam for me, but it definitely did clean. So my spray pattern was slow and steady all the way to the bottom. There was a lot of dirt and grime. I had not cleaned this unit in 5 years, so typically you're supposed to do this every year or every other year. And as you can see, not a lot of foam from this first can, but it did clean and got a lot of the dirt and grime out. And as you can see, you could almost see through some of the coils as I'm cleaning and spraying this agent on there. And that's really what you want to have. You want to have clarity and transparency between your coils, so there's a good airflow being sucked in, and obviously having all that would cool your house a lot sooner and save you some money overall. So yeah, you want to make sure that your spraying is nice and consistent. I bought 2 of these cans. I got them from Amazon for about $12 each. The second bottle did foam a little bit better, and as you'll see right now, there it is. I made sure that my spraying was steady as possible, and making sure that none of the coils were damaged. If you damage your coils, I definitely don't recommend that you do, or that you're just very careful while you're doing it, because you don't want to damage those coils. So here we go. It's actually spraying, and as it's spraying, it's getting a lot of that dirt out. A lot of that grime is coming out, and you can see once I start rinsing, some of that dirt's just going to flow out. And now as I get my hose ready, before I rinse it, you're supposed to wait anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes before you rinse this down. And that's exactly what I did. I waited about 15 to 20 minutes. I used 2 cans, and then I got my water hose and started rinsing from the inside out. As you can see, here's my hose. I put the spout on that shower setting, and really important, I did not open it full force. I made sure that this was all on the low setting, or the easiest setting I could put it on. So that's not full force. That's just really light. The water doesn't have a lot of power right now, but it's definitely kicking out a lot of that grime and dirt and whatever else is stuck in there on the outside. And so there's a lot of dirt coming in or coming out that you're not just seeing right now because I'm pushing it from the inside out. And that's really what you want to do. You never want to, or I would advise that you don't rinse from the outside in, because you'll have more dirt accumulate within the unit, and that's not really necessary. So a lot of the dirt and grime is actually being expelled right now, and around the perimeter of the AC unit was very, very dirty after we were done with this, and it took me a couple passes to get everything off. But as you can see, it took about maybe another 15 to 20 minutes after the rinse was over in order for me to see better results from this product that I was using to clean with. So a lot of the coils right now don't look as transparent. They don't look like a lot of dirt is coming off, but trust me, outside of the perimeter of this unit, it is filthy. There's almost dirt and mud-like debris coming out and getting stuck on the floor. And so now we're just going to do the other side. Be as careful as possible to make sure that you don't damage those coils. Put the hose on the low setting, and you'll see at the bottom of this unit right now, towards the bottom of the screen, you'll see the dirt come out, and you know that's when you know the unit is actually being cleaned thoroughly. There you go. You can see some of that dirt being expelled. And that's why you want to do that from the inside out, to make sure that that does not accumulate on the inside of the unit. And again, you want to be very careful and make sure that none of the electrical wiring inside that unit is being wet. You want to keep that as dry as possible so that when you put your fan back on, everything is protected as it was before you open the unit. And obviously when it rains, you don't want the electrical wiring to get wet as well. So you got to pay a lot of attention when you're assembling this back. Yeah, and so there you go. It's just real simple. You're supposed to do this every once a year or every other year. I had not done this for maybe 5, but I'm glad I did. And we did notice that inside the house, the air felt cooler. We noticed that it took a lot less to cool the house down, and we definitely saw a huge benefit from doing this. Now here are the coils. They're a lot cleaner than when I started with, and you could almost see some spots. You could see some transparency. I went ahead and rinsed some of the outside a little bit to get some more dirt out, but you know, for the most part, everything was done. I did have to spray this unit or that side with a little bit more water because there was some foam that was still lingering there, and I was able to get that out. But you know, after I let it dry, I would say like it was a full hour after I let it dry. It was very noticeable. You could totally see the difference between the coils before and after. You know, the dirt made everything really a dark gray, and when I was done, everything was back to a really light gray, and you could almost see transparently through the coils, both into the out and out to the in. So it was good. I did a good job on cleaning this, and I followed the instructions on the foaming agent, and as you can see, there's a lot of dirt. There you go. There's a lot of dirt that was not there when I started, and some of the things that I needed to do extra was just remove some leaves, some twigs, manually from the outside. But you know, this foaming agent, definitely this product, helped me clean out the unit, and there was a positive upside by, you know, the house cooling sooner than later after it was clean. So now that everything's back in, all those screws are screwed back in, the fan is safely attached. I'd made sure that all the electrical tubing that was there once was put back in its place. That's very important. I didn't turn the power on just as soon as I was done. I let it dry for about an hour, and then I turned it back on and I put the breaker back on. But after everything was said and done, this worked great. So if you need any advice, go ahead and post questions on the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. But otherwise, just make sure everything goes back the way it was, and you'll be good to go.